Still looking kind of lean, huh? Alright guys, so this video is brought to you by Natrogix Water Off. This is the diuretic that I use during peak week, and in this video I'm going to share with you some tips that I executed during peak week for my WBFF Transformation Division show, my first fitness competition. And I'm gonna get right into this video because this was supposed to have been up like last week, but it's just easier for me to have my videos up Mondays and doing my live videos on Wednesdays, so I just savored this for Monday. So let's get right into it. Alright, so with the diet and nutrition, not much of my diet had changed. I wouldn't really recommend that you do too much changing for your peak week. And peak week means it's that full week before the day of the show. And during peak week, what you are trying to do is deplete your body of water, or carbohydrates, or really just water underneath the skin, and making sure that your carbs is shuttling it to your muscles. So you're doing a depletion and then trying to, what we call, puff your muscles up, if that makes sense. But with diet and nutrition, whatever you've been doing for the time that you have been dieting for a show, there shouldn't be much change. But I can tell you that some things that I started doing was I switched from chicken and ground turkey to just strictly fish and like asparagus and sweet potato. So that's what I did. I still ate, the 4 meals. I still was doing an intermittent fasting style. I still was doing fasted cardio. So yeah, the diet in itself didn't really change, but we do know that asparagus is a great diuretic, natural diuretic as a food. Fish is really good because it's low in calories when it comes to protein, because you're trying to drop your protein a little bit more, but your diet doesn't have to change that much. So if it's been working for you, you do want to continue it on through the week of, peak week of the competition. The foods that you would need for show day. The reason why I had candy like Reese's, Skittles, I had gum. That just really just helps. The gum just really helps because you really are dehydrated. So it just kind of helps with dry mouth during that time. And we had honey and peanut butter. So it's really just your carbs and your fats for energy. They do help with, your muscles and, putting the glycogen or the carbs into your muscles so that you look a little bit more muscular in tone. So that's why I had those things, but really, and rice cakes. But the only thing that was suggested for me to use once I was depleted as much as my body would allow it to was just, a nice little tablespoon of honey, and for my carbs was a rice cake. So that's what I had. And then, I had Skittles. And Skittles is candy, it's sugar. So what it really does is it helps with vascularity. And men, I would say, need that more so than women. That would be something I would probably need more so when I do like an NPC competition. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, that's the idea of why you need those things for show day. There doesn't have to be much change in your cardio. Whatever you've been doing for cardio, whether it's been an hour fasted or, an hour fasted and then another hour in the evening, we pretty much kind of kept that the same. I always did my fasted cardio in the morning for about an hour fasted. So I continued with that, walking or a treadmill. And the more we got closer to the show, which is maybe about 2 days out, so like a Thursday and Friday, we only did like 30 minutes, on the Stairmaster. Not too much, not too high intensity, no high intensity, cardio, because you don't want your body to retain any water from sore muscles and things like that. So yeah, with the cardio, kept it the same, very moderate, very low, because you know your carb intake is not that high, so you don't have as much energy. So it's very important that you just kind of stick with it, but you know, keep your rest days. Now, it was recommended to us that, you know, you do your depletion training. And what me and Kevin did, we did do our depletion training. And what that means is you're kind of like working the muscles, making sure they're still pumped, but you're trying to get the glycogen out of it. So as you're taking in carbs, it's going straight to the muscle instead of water going into your skin. Hoping that makes sense. But you don't want to lift heavy because you don't want your body sore. So you want to keep it at like 80% of weight that you're using. It's better to use machines because, you know, you can get the 10 or the 20 pounds and it seems pretty light, and you're just really trying to focus on squeezing the muscle. And that helps with the depletion of glycogen so that your carbohydrates can go straight into your muscle, which gives you the muscularity, the tone that you're looking for. So I'm hoping this makes sense to you guys. So with the cardio, it stayed the same pretty much for us. The training, which is depletion training, is a little different, 80% less of what you can actually handle. Stay around 5 or 10 pounds. That's probably the best way. 5, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Stay around that, no higher than that when it comes to, you know, your workouts and what you need to do. So cardio pretty much stayed the same. Training, if you're doing it for the week, you know, Monday through Wednesday, you can stop. But if you feel like you want to continue on it, just keep your weightlifting, the weight 80% lower than what you're normally able to lift, which let's just say 5 to 20 pounds, no higher than that. Alright, so when it came to water, sodium, and diuretics, so I'm kind of talking about depleting the body of water. I'm actually kind of like reading off what I need to do because it's called water manipulation. We only could drink distilled water. Don't ask me why. Tap water, I think, would just be no problem, but I live in Michigan and we're just known for having, you know, somewhat good water. You know, I don't know how it is in other states and other areas of the United States, but it was still told us that we can only drink distilled water, so I stuck with that. Sunday was 2 gallons plus a fat burner. Monday was 1 gallon fat burner. Tuesday, 1 gallon fat burner. Wednesday was half a gallon. Diuretics started on Wednesday, so we started taking diuretics, and I used the water off, and you use like 4 a day, so you couldn't go over 4 a day. So that's what I started off with. So it was the half a gallon diuretics and the fat burner. Then Thursday was a 1/4 of a gallon, which that's probably like 40 ounces somewhere in there, diuretic, fat burner. And then Friday, which was the day before the show, 48 ounces of water. No water after 5 p.m., but I did have to take a diuretic, no fat burner. And then Saturday, we only, you know, just sipped water if we needed to. But for me, I really didn't drink I didn't drink a lot of water until after the show, after I was on stage and I, you know, pretty much walked off. So I had to be on stage twice. So after my second time on stage, that's when I started drinking water. But Saturday, I only drank enough water just to take my diuretic. So that was it. And that was the day of the show. I have this stuff already kind of like given to me and taken care of. So I'll make sure there's a link down below for you guys to actually like pull this stuff up and see, because I'm trying to explain it as much as I can in this video. But that's what we've been dealing with when it came to the diuretics. Now, as far as sodium, no big change there until somewhere around Wednesday or Thursday. We pretty much just stopped adding salt, sodium to our meals per se. So we just stuck with Mrs. Dash because that's the only thing that doesn't have any salt in it, no sodium. So pretty much our food was bland for like almost the last 3 days up until the show. To talk about water off, what I really love about this product is one, I still, usually when you are dehydrating yourself, because that's really what it is, water manipulation, depleting yourself of water, pretty much dehydrating yourself. This really did give me the energy. I wasn't expecting that, because that was one of the things that it mentions. Enhanced muscle definition definitely gave me that. Increased vascularity, which more so in my brother than me, because it wasn't necessary for me to be that vascular, and my body fat percentage wasn't that low. It was only like 20, maybe 19 or 20% body fat at the time. But more so for him, the vascularity showed. Shed excess water weight happened for both of us, but it does mention that, you know, this formula just kind of helps with you having energy as well. So formula contains a special mixture of ingredients that help you get rid of excess water in your body. It comes in different types, includes those that use natural ingredients, which most of these ingredients are natural and herbal. So it's an herbal supplement. So it enhances muscle definition and help boost your energy levels while losing water weight. And I definitely can attest to this being something that was like, I felt energized. And I don't want to say energized like, oh my God, I have so much energy. And I mean, I didn't feel like I was dehydrated in a sense. I have to be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I've heard so many horror stories about using any kind of diuretic, just the backlash from it. And some people just having muscle cramps and things like that. And I didn't have that with this. Usually when you have muscle cramps with any diuretic, it's probably because it doesn't have any magnesium in it. And this has magnesium in it. It has L-carnitine, which is kind of a fat burner. Dandelion root, which is like a natural diuretic as well. But I did have to get some potassium to add with this, so that did help with, you know, I didn't have any muscle cramping. Like, I didn't really notice it until the show was pretty much over, and by that time, you know, I was drinking water. So it definitely does not give you muscle cramps. I didn't feel like I was just so dehydrated, like I was gonna die. I was hungry. I didn't feel low of energy. I just got to be honest. I did not feel low of energy with this. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Water Off for not just for competition purposes, but just even for like an event. If you're trying to lose weight or trying to look a certain way for an event that you're trying to attend or a special day, and you just want to get some water weight off of you, this definitely helps. Great for around the time of your period, which that is what I'm dealing with right now. My feet are a little bit swollen, so that means I'm probably gonna take one of these, because, well, I don't want to take one, I'm gonna take 4, because it does help with that. So but mainly it's an extra strength agent for enhancing muscle definition, increasing vascularity, and getting rid of excess water weight. So that's exactly what this is for, and I would definitely recommend it. You can check out my website. You can go ahead and get it from there, or I'll have the link down below. You can go straight to their store. They're on Amazon, so I would definitely say you should use this. Alright guys, so everything with the depletion stage, the training, the supplements that you need to take, how to start the diuretics, how much water to drink, all of that, I will have a link to all of that information in the description box. You can donate $1 just for the information. I'm not like selling it just out there, but just providing it for you. So if you want to donate for it, you can. No big deal if you don't. But I would appreciate it if you do. But it's no big deal if you don't. Just wanted to share the information with you. Wanted to share with you in this video. Keep in mind, starting July 5th, I am going to be taking in clients. I'm going to take a limited amount of clients. I don't want to have too many, because I want to make sure that I can be very in tune with the number that I have. And since I'm like an educator anyway, you know, I don't want to do more than 20 people in a class, because I think that's a good small amount. And even though this isn't a class and I'm training people, it's a little different. So training and everything, meal preps, all of that stuff I will be doing for you guys. So July 5th is when you can sign up for a 45-minute consultation. This will get you access to a lot of things, videos that I'm going to have set up privately for you guys that are for coaching. And not to mention, it's actually going to start July 15th, because I know somewhere around this time where this video is up, it's around the 4th of July, which is holiday for people, and you're probably enjoying yourself. So enjoy yourself. Do what you do. Don't worry too much about it, but when you're ready, set up the consultation with me and we'll get started July 15th, all of us together, because I have some things that I'm going to be working on. So while I'm working on it, I'll be sharing it with you guys on YouTube, but there are other very specific avenues or information that I'm going to be sharing specifically to my clients. And then I'll do this as an every 6-week thing and adding in new clients. And if those of you who want to stick with me for another 6 weeks, we can go from there. So yeah, just wanted to share all this information to you guys about the whole peak week thing. My competing is, honestly, it's not over. NPC is coming up next. That's September the 30th in Miami. I think it's the Daytona Beach Classics. So I'm going to cross-check that again and make sure. Right now for me, back into dieting mode is back in. My training is going to be different, so you guys will get to see that. And other than that, make sure you check out all the programs, nutrition programs that I have out there, training programs that I have out there. I'm coming into some new ones like the vegan, the vegetarian, and some more training programs that you guys can follow based on body types. And check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.